why. We're talking about communication. When you're communicating with people, you do not have to talk too much. Don't make it look like you like the sound of your voice more than listening to people. Well, we still have a guest in the house. We have Tessy. So, gratitude, do the honor of reading her profile.
Okay, so in the series we have Tessy Hassan. Yeah, sorry for the emphasis. I love that a lot. So, yeah, she's a serial entrepreneur in the hospitality and fashion industry. A student education and SC Software by academic training and body life coach. Tessy Hassan is a devout believer in Christ, a devoted mother of 3 young adults. A creative mind led to the start of over 2 indigenous businesses with global views, clothes Matees and shop Matees, recognized and appreciated by a respected TV station in Lagos twice. The CEO and founder speaks well over 5 Nigerian languages, has been married to her actor for over 24 years. Tessy warm personality, charisma, passion for community building, creative and oratory skills has made a respected event anchor and social communicator. Tessy's passion as a body life coach, using life experiences as a tool, makes her eager to always share her story, especially for our female audience to learn from and achieve an impactful and purposeful life.
Drum roll.
Welcome.
Thank you so very much.
Good to have you.
Same here.
So much of a profile, to be honest. And I know there's some of you kept at home. You just had to package just a little.
Yeah.
So that means people will not feel like, oh my wow. Maybe they'll start taxing you or bidding you from the
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, it's good to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming.
Nice being here.
Yes. So the first thing that actually got me so interested is the fact that you said 5 languages.
Yeah.
5, what are the languages though?
Absolutely. I speak English fluently,
Okay.
but not like Blossom and Gratitude.
Oh my wow. I think that's a compliment.
All right. But that's by the way because it's general.
Yes, general.
All right. So I speak Yoruba because I'm married to one.
Ooh.
So I'm proudly a Yorubanian now.
Ooh.
I need to say that. I speak Tiv because I was born and brought up in the Middle Belt.
Wow.
Makurdi to be precise.
Oh wow.
So I speak Idoma.
Oh.
I speak Igala.
What?
I speak Igbo so very fluently.
No way.
Yeah. And I speak Hausa.
Worry me.
I speak Cross River.
Worry me. Worry me. What again?
Wait till remember beside they wait for Tinubu Award. If Galaxy will not give me one. Now wait till remember that.
Okay, don't worry. We'll give you one award.
Right,
Because honestly, that's amazing. Well, you know what? You just mentioned all the languages. So I want you to just explore, the 5 languages, right? I want you to, greet them and welcome them to Women's Corner, and also try to tell them that this program from next week will start by 12 and not by 11.
Okay. All right.
Which one?
You know, Kwanunku?
Hausa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nagasheku nanan a galaxy. Yanzu a karfe shadaya. Yanzu muna cikin taron mata ne. Amma daga sati mai zuwa za a fara wannan sati a 12.
Ooh, it's
Right.
12. Nice. Okay, what's the next one you want to go?
All right, ndị be m ekelekwa m unu. Aha m bụ Tessy Hassan, anọ m na Galaxy. Na ahụ nwanne m nwaanyị ebe ọ na-ewepụta aka n'elu. All right, Blossoms m gwakwa unu na program a ga-ebido ya na 12 from next week na-abịa.
Okay, I love this one. I love this. Let me mix it. Okay, what's the next one you want to pick now?
Oh my good God. Should I start speaking Yoruba? If I speak my language now, nobody will hear. If I speak Cross River.
There are people that watch that will hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paniba jimu ntia begore. Muni Galaxy. Mbembechi. Nkiwa fumbechi. Alright. But Blossom from Shebeni next week. Result program 12 o'clock.
Oh, I love this.
Please let's just stop
toasting me. This is lovely. It's so, the way you're saying it, as though it's not stressful. It's beautiful to hear.
Oh my good God, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, we tried. Let's not stress. Anyways, this is her just saying, now let me speak in the way we know how to speak in Best of Galaxy Week is that this program will officially start from next week by 12 p.m. 12 noon actually. It's going to start from 12 noon to 1 p.m. So it's no more 11 a.m. to 12 noon. So if you want to watch us in Galaxy TV Women's Corners program, you have to tune in by 12 noon to watch Women's Corner from next week. So yes, moving on, let's go back to you. Now tell us, what was it? You already told us a little bit of the journey of how you began to speak these languages, but the one that I want to really know is how you learned Hausa and Igbo.
Okay. Igbo, I only traveled to the east when I grew up, or when I started growing up. But we grew up, in the same face me, I slap you then in Macaulay. And just like that.
Really?
Then if I make a proverb in Igbo, even some Igbo people will not be able to translate it. It was that beautiful.
Wow.
So just, cohabiting.
Made you learn that?
Made me learn that. And then the whole of us in the house can speak Igbo. The whole family can speak Hausa. Right there in Benue State, the whole of us can speak Tiv, but I was better in speaking Tiv language at that time. And then school took me out of Macaulay, and all my life was spent out where I met my husband and we started the reproductive.
That came about the Hassan.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's not an Hausa. I told you the Yoruba man.
It's a Yoruba man?
Yes. Just the Muslim background.
Okay, the Muslim background.
All right. But he's a Christian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's great. Such a beautiful mix. Anyways, okay, so let's go into your profile. So what is your storyline? Because there was something towards the ending part she was reading of your profile was to teach women. And this is Women's Corner. So what exactly inspired you or your story was or is that you feel like women are going to get benefit, they are going to benefit from it. They will be purposely driven, and at the same time it will be impactful for them. So what was that story? What is the story?
Okay. I'll just sum it up. I like to tell women today, I was on a Zoom meeting. I was speaking on a Zoom meeting yesterday, speaking to some leaders, and I told them something that I've been pondering on. We all know the virtuous woman, the Proverbs 31 woman, the one that every man wants to have. But I have this one question for men who are listening to me. How many men can stand the Proverbs 31 woman? Because when you start ticking her boxes, all men know about her is, she's humble, she made her husband proud in the gate. But the how is what men would want to reckon with. That woman was a farmer. She was a chef.
She was a tailor.
Yeah. In fact, I call her exporter and importer. So, today you see men who can't stand the career woman.
True.
Today you see men who want to time their wives when they go to work or for their businesses. Come back home, this and that. She was full of strength. And that is what I want every woman to be like. Yesterday I was talking to them about unleashing potentials, maximizing your potentials. And so we misconstrue talents with potentials. Talents are your follow come, so to speak. But you need something to develop what you already have. Some don't even know they have them. Some know, but they don't know how to go about them. You need to bring them out. So I've made that virtuous woman my mentor, and I've been ticking her boxes. So I don't let anything weigh me down. I work with challenges. In fact, I'm so daring. If you give me 99 reasons why something won't work, I want to go with the one reason why it's going to work. I want to attempt it.
Yeah.
There's beauty in failing. There's beauty in taking a break. All right? So we need to inculcate that behavior, our background. When you start listening to my story, more like a nobody, I can't even find out the way I am or how I came to be. Aside knowing my dad, the background for me was nothing to write home about. But I keep making every opportunity a stage to grow, to develop, to unleash something in me. Each time I find it, I want to do something about it. I don't procrastinate. So women should learn to take that challenge. A lot will come that will tear you down. There are times when it seems like my whole world will crash. There are times when it feels like I can't go on. Like I was telling them yesterday, when I started this clothing business, at the same time, I was multitasking. I was teaching. I told you I had to teach for 18 years.
Yeah.
And I did that sacrifice for my children because I wanted to nurture them. I didn't want to leave them at the mercy of teachers. Yes. So I drive to school with them and I come back with them. And then once they were done, my first child now is a graduate from Unilag.
Wow.
The moment they were done, I just took a break and I said, okay, it's time for me to go start my business. I've learned tailoring from 1995 when I finished secondary school. Yes, I've liked business all my life. Being an entrepreneur is not something new. So, but then it was just like, okay, the layman thing. I learned it 2 years and I opened my shop. I didn't want to go to school. And then my son would say, you know book, you know like school, you too like money, you too this. And at some point, I think they boggled the shop at some point. So it became an avenue for me to go to school. So I went estate management. I wanted secretarial studies, something to do with the media. Somehow destiny has a way of finding its path. Because I've been on TVC Wake Up Nigeria twice. Today I'm here. I didn't solicit for it. So I just find myself always on this. This was what I've loved to do all my life. Or be in the talking business. So, and that was why teaching was not a big deal for me. I was doing it passionately, not for the money. And so I took a break, went for my business, and not long after a year or two, I'd registered the Clothes Matters. I, bettered the restaurant and all the Chop Matters, like Gratitude, read in my profile. And so, alongside, the nation's economy, the crash, the whole thing, everything was shaking. And I called my staff. I said, we're going to take a break. Let's just take a break. Because I used to tell people something. The moment it gets to me having to beg or borrow money to be able to fund the business, then I'm not up to it anymore. So it was really shaky. And I said, okay, let's take a break. Everybody go upgrade. So I went back. That was how I went to start learning how to make headgear. That was like 2 years ago. And I came. So when I make my ready to wear, I want to blend it with a headgear. So that I have an edge over what every other one is doing. And for me to like, so it's something I just, picking up from time to time. Is it the ministry? I can't begin to tell the challenges here. But I'll go back and not really now the place of God in everything that we do. Because for everything, even before I came here this morning, I'll kneel down. God, give me direction. If it's not your plan for me to be here, do something that will just disrupt it. Yeah. That's me. And when I come back, I give him back all the glory. So in a nutshell, that has just been me. And I'm not stopping here. I have plans to go study law. Because it has been my dream. And I'm going to give it that push.
Really?
Support or no support. When I want to do a thing, I put my mind to do it.
So what's the drive for you wanting to study law?
I'm my own hype man, but I thank God for my family. I have a wonderful family. That's not to say we don't have our own differences and challenges time to time, but they are my hype men. When I say something, I hear them say, go on, you can do this. Even when I don't feel like, can I really do this? They're always giving me that push. I've got a lot of beautiful and wonderful people around me. And I also thank God for my enemies every single day. Yes.
They give you the push.
They are the ones that keep me on my heels. Yes. All right. So that's just it.
I love that.
Yeah. All right. What inspired you to venture into both hospitality and passion?
Passion. Like I said, the talents are there. I love to give care. I love people around me. I love being hospitable. And so I tell people something. Success is not measured by the number of cars, the number of houses, and material things you've acquired. Success is measured by the impact you've made. When you look, I've been in places where I see people and they'll be like, oh, Mr. Hassan. I'm like, I'll be looking at them. Some very tall, some already well to do. I don't know. And they say, you taught me in primary 2. You taught me in primary 1. So being able to unleash these same potentials we're talking about in people, make them successful. And you sit back and you can count your success. That's it for me. I look at my children, I tell my husband, I say, okay, you be billionaire. Because when you look at what you spend on us per day, times it by 1 month.
Of course.
Even Dangote go cough. I'm sorry to mention his name on air, but you give him his salute. That's it. So just trying to bring up others, make them successful.
Let's talk about life coaching. Now, coaching from the aspect of young adults, mothers handling female children, and of course, the female child also as a young adult, from secondary school down to university and down to, being in the working environment. Basically, I've noticed, let me go to Gen Z gratitude. Now, we know that this recent time, a lot of young adults, young girls, and young boys really do not want to be in the working space. Most of them don't want to be in the working space, like doing the 9 to 5. They'll rather do something that has a quicker money and the less stress. So let's pick it up from the upbringing part. What do you think most parents have missed? Maybe due to morals and values and all of that they do not infuse into the children. You understand? Though we have the society factor too, yeah, but now, of course, it's from home. Now, what do you think they should have done to nurture them in the right path, to know that nothing good comes easy? And if you want your success to last, then you have to be very hardworking. Then also back to the young child as a woman, what do you think she needs to do, even if she has got it wrong? How she can retrace herself back to being right?
Oh wow, beautiful question.
Thank you.
All right. So I like to just say this quickly. It's not easy to bring up children, we know.
Mm-hmm.
But we cannot leave the family factor, the mother factor on children and begin to base them on society. Or, teachers, like I said before. And that was why I used myself as an example. That I had to give 18 solid years of my life. It was on hold, claiming I was teaching for meager pay just because I want to see that my children get this grade. I remember turning my children's room to a classroom.
Oh, wow.
I would just, put charts all over the place. And every morning I wake them up, go there, you have to recite every damn thing on the wall before we get to school. Now, what do mothers need to do? There's high level of moral decadence in the society because of this same breach. Stay close to your children. Monitor what they do. These children are very smart. Be their friends. Let them feel very comfortable talking to you, opening up to you. Go through their stuff. My children know. I don't do all this monitoring thing, but once in a while I can just say, get me your phone. And I want to see. Now, the rule in my house is you don't even use a phone until you're out of secondary school. Once you're out, is the first gift that you get. And they've not disappointed me one day in school. Academically, morally, they've been there because I might not be the best. There are so many women that could say they are better than me in what we are doing, but I know I give it my best shot with the support of my husband. Do you understand? So, leaving them to the world, you see, parents, they go to blame teachers when something happens, or the child says something, straight to the school. Where did the child learn this one? Where did this one do this one? If you talk to your child, let them be able to ask you questions. Be able to observe. Be able to notice things before they get out of hand. I notice a lot with my children that I can't come disclosing here. You just said it right. They want quick money. They are not planning. Even the school they are going to, some of them are going for it because you want them to go to school.
True.
They want to do Naira bets. They want to do Yahoo Plus and all of that. They want to do every other thing that will give them quick money, rather than doing the legit. So it's for you to give them all they need to know from time to time at every stage. There's something a pastor once said. He happened to be one of our parents. The child did something in school, and when they called all the parents, he was like, if you lock up a child, a newborn in the house, in a room, the child is not seeing anyone, he's not seeing anything. At every stage, the child will exhibit some kind of behavior. So some things are inborn. All right. So, but it takes you to be able to notice and curb those kind of behavior. Today, we pursue so much career. When I was teaching, I've seen parents who leave. I've seen a mother who brought a week-old baby because she was going abroad for a course. Yes. One breast milk, all in kegs and brought for us. I've seen parents who will bring their children to school while they are sick because they want to go to work. I remember resigning because one of my proprietors asked me to choose between my child and the school. I didn't even wait to go and take permission from her husband. She said I should go and think it. And I gave her that honor for being a mother. I came back, for being my boss. And I came back, I said, Ma, that is how I should go and think over the weekend. I've taught it. I want to resign now. And I went on to stay for another 2 years with my son before we got another school. How many mothers today can do that? I'm not trying to praise myself, but it's a laudable effort. It's not easy. It's a huge sacrifice. If I were to put 18 years into my career, into my own personal life and all of that, but of course they are my life and my future. So the same mistakes these children make, parents make them. The parents want it now. They don't see the future. They forget that these children are their future. And what you don't do today will begin to haunt you tomorrow. So why would pursue career? Why would think, like I said, money, money, money. Oh, if I'm not driving a G-Wagon, I'm not successful. If I'm not this, nobody will look at my children and come and tell me I'm not successful. No one. Because the money where they take pay before they get to that level, it's not beans. Alright, so give it your all. Be close to monitor. The society wants to, even when you're doing all of that, they want to adulterate. They want to change what you have put in them. I love my children to let their friends come. My children don't go out anyhow. Let them come. And when you come, I will sit down, we'll watch the TV together. We'll be in that discussion together. And that's how I run it. And I think if parents would do some of these things from time to time, it's not about money. Money is not everything. It's not, I have paid 2 million naira for your school fees. I've paid 500,000 for your school fees. And that's it. And then you leave them at the mercy of the school and blame the society for everything. We have a role to play. The Bible says charity begins at home. So it begins there. And
okay, so now then about the young adults now who are just they don't want to go through the process. They feel, and the English now is my mental health. So they feel like it's so much on them, and they feel like, oh, that's the one, that's why things are going wrong, because you've always taken it because it's that. Now, what would you say about children who just want the quick money and just want to live life? They don't want to go through it all.
You be their first counselor. You sit them down and let them understand why they have to, that life is a process. Like my pastor will always say, he said, if you jump, you will fall. But if you grow, you will stay.
Yeah.
So let them understand that they need to grow. This morning, or was it yesterday, my son was telling me he's done with his OND and he's about taking the degree course now. And he said to me, I told him, I want you to learn something as you're going to school. He said, I want to go learn fashion. And when I'm done, I want to have my brand. It gave me so much joy. I've always let them know that I want them to, that my business is not just a business, it's a ministry, that I won't want to die. I won't want to, to let go. So they should, take it up even after I'm gone. But hearing him saying he wants to do something similar to what I'm doing, but have his own brand, it tells me that he's thinking. It's not about him coming to live my life. It's not about him coming to inherit my challenges, my pain, my joy, and whatever it is. He wants to build his own life. I felt happy. So all I need to do is counseling. Give him guide. Teach him the how he needs to go about it. So you be their first counselor. All right.
Yeah, in reference to what you said Gen Zs. I'm not taking side with Gen Zs right now. Not all, when I say success is not restricted to 9 to 5. We have people that have delved into businesses. We have people that are working virtually and they're working hard. You don't necessarily have to go to the office, stay there 9 to 5 before you become successful. And I think this is what parents also, correctly now, this is what parents also need to pay attention to. When you're raising your kids, I feel like you should pay attention to what they are passionate about. Like you said, your son came to you and said he wanted to own his own fashion brand. If your child wants to delve into entrepreneurship, business, or the other wants music, playing instruments, the other wants to be a footballer, then let them do their thing, support them so they can be something from that. But you see, in most cases in Nigeria, all our parents want all of us to go to school, which is very important. You still have to go to school. Just go to school, get a white collar job, and that's it. But when you now compel the child to go to school, then afterwards take over your company or start up a white collar job, it becomes a problem.
No, we're not talking about white collar job here. We're talking about the process of success. It is never easy. In as much as we have Gen Zs who are doing some of that, if we have 100%, 90% or 95% of Gen Zs are ready to do it quick. That's the point. That's the census here. So if the 5% are not as out, they are not really there. We don't really see them. They are very few. Because when you step outside, the people you see on the streets, most of them, they look very tall or very mature. But when you hear their age, you know they are Gen Z. And what are they doing? You see some of them, the way they try to make business, and some certain kind of business, look legit. But at the end of the day, they bring something out, making you feel that this is what they do. But behind, there's something else they're using to support it. That's what we're saying. That they still want quicker version.
I know. Yes, I.
Can I come in now?
Please come in.
Okay.
Thanks so much, gratitude. She just hit the part I was going to talk on later. One cold Malta Guinness for you after the show. You see, she just hit it all. I know where you're coming from, and it's relating to what she has just said.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I'm never going to ask anybody to do a 9 to 5 or whatever you call it. There's a boss inside of you, but it doesn't mean you have to now want it quick. You know, I started by saying I never wanted to go to school, and I've been an entrepreneur almost all my life. Be the one who creates job is different from they wanting quick money by doing Yahoo, doing the bad thing, you know, like believing that, oh, if I go and give score and pay money tomorrow, the money turns to millions and all of that. They are just on two parallel lines. It's still making money. Not everybody. Now, I don't discourage people from going to work. That's not what we are saying.
No.
But when people come to me and say, oh, help me find work, I'll say, go back and look at what you can do.
Yes.
If it means if it's passion, like you have a passion learning something, handwork, give it time. Just 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, just go and learn it. If it's something you think you can sell, be the one who has the mentality to create business or be your own boss.
Of course, right.
Leadership starts by you leading yourself. When you start doing that, we'll have less complaints. I will be helping Tinubu. Everything in Nigeria now is Tinubu.
Yeah.
Nobody sees what we are doing. Everybody is just waiting. See, a lot of people carry certificates they cannot even defend. Nobody can come and brag before me with certificates. Just like she has just said. And when you study children, when I was talking about studying your child, not everybody, why do you think we have reader, like they call it in those days? When you look at the reader, you see pictures, right? They'll draw a market with a mango tree with one woman selling rice and all of that. They call it picture reading. Somebody put that drawing there. And somebody who is like Blossom and Gratitude, who knows how to talk, they'll call the child out. The person comes to explain. He comes to read, comes to translate or interpret that drawing. They are doing the same thing in different ways, in their own capabilities and talents. My children love to draw. This particular one that is telling me he wants to learn fashion. It's not the school person. My boys don't just like school. In fact, how my last born finished secondary school, you see, they shocked me and the papa. He does not like school, but they are very intelligent. So when you have that kind of child as a parent, all you need to do is, we call it rechannel the energy. Like just turn it around. Don't waste the child's time. Let the child go do. You see, just getting it. Like I tell people, if I go to school and I'm doing business and you don't, we will do it in different ways. It's just okay so that we'll be able to communicate. You meet people where you need to, you need to be able to express yourself, to build that confidence, and maybe teach you how to do it in a way that it will look stylish and look presentable to the world.
Excuse me. Yeah.
But not because we have so many laymen that even do primary six. They are bosses to people that have master's degree. So that is where the counseling comes up. That is where we need to start guiding people. Parents should, because that's what she's saying. Studying the child, understanding each of their strengths. When I teach, I don't teach a class, I teach per child. Nobody is dull. They just have different methods they want to learn. Or that they want to comprehend what you are passing to them. And how you can unleash the potentials in them. That is just it. That's why I said you be their first counselor. If not, the world will teach them how to do what they are doing.
That brings me back to my question,
All right.
because I know where I'm stemming from. Now, for the fact that the parents will still do this, right?
Okay.
But still, somehow, like you said, somehow you're done with school. You are in school for 4 years or 6 years or 7 years alone. Of course, you come home once in a while. Now you are in the labor market, right? And it is now time for you to harness your potential or your talent or do whatever you want to do, be the boss of yourself or whatever. But now the thing I'm trying to say is the morals, because the morals was probably not there or was there, the society might have tampered with it. And you see them not being able to stay. And like you said, 18 years is not easy. And it's a time, there's a process to things. But I'm saying about, it's not even the quick catch that in a year they make it. No. It might have to take you 5 years. It might have to take you 6 years to get there. But I'm saying that patience, those morals that makes you stay and say, this is going to work because I know what I'm doing. I started this business and I'm going to do it. They really do not have that. Then you see them trying to try other things, and before you know, they meet the wrong circle. And joining the wrong circle, they tend to do what they are not supposed to do and lose the value that they probably must have had or they probably never had. That's what I'm saying. So if I am a Gen Z, and I know that, okay, probably I'm not even doing a 9 to 5 job. After I'm done with school, I went to fashion designing. But 1 year, 2 years, it's not picking up the way I want. And somebody's telling me, there's a way you can go about it. And I'm like, I'm even tired. 2 years, I've not even done anything. They are listening and they want to, start making that money. If I'm already hearing stuff like that, and somebody's about to introduce me to one thing or the other, how do I correct myself? To give myself patience as a Gen Z to know that it will take time, effort, failures before that success will come. So that's what I'm saying. How can we fine tune ourselves back to know that is what we have to do?
All right. The child will know from time to time. Like myself, if I'm talking about my own children now, they already know that their times have faced lots of challenges. Now, what you've shown to them, like they'll say, don't tell me what to do. That's the Montessori. They'll say, show me. They've seen that this woman, if I begin to read my children's chat to you, you will just begin to smile. You'll be smiling with tears of joy. They've seen that strength. They've been able to draw that inner strength from me. So they know that challenges are part of life. They know that being slowed down is part of life. So, but this is not about me and my children now. And that is why people are listening to me. The world should understand that delay. This morning when I was praying to God, I said, thank you for the times you brought me to limelight. And thank you for the times you hid me in the valley. You understand? So, my son asked me one question last week, and he was talking about this karma thing and all. And I was trying to, put him through. And I always like to use myself. When I teach, I want to use me and my situations as a case study. I don't go far-fetched, So they need to just keep knowing. They've seen my challenges. They've seen the approach. I've taught them nothing works without involving God. First of all, if it's not working, was God in it? Pray about it before you start. And when you start, once it's difficult, God is the one that is the HOD for every course and every business. So when you run back to Him, He redirects. I might not even know it as much as God will let you know it. And letting them, like I just said, celebrating them even when they don't do well is part of it. Sometimes parents are the major cause or causes of this moral decadence. I still come back to them. Because we put in so much expectations. I tell my children, don't love me today. You pray for me someday, even when I'm gone. And I said, whatever we are giving to you is not for you to come back and say because you want to do anything for us. The Bible says, leave inheritance. But today, even the ones that are not standing, parents want to eat from.
True, very true.
And that is why they are quick to want to do everything possible to make it. So celebrate them when they fail and make them understand that. Give them thumbs up when they do it well. And they will know that, okay, failure is also part of life.
So this is all the parents. And at the same time, it is all ourselves. So even while we fail, because how would I say this? I feel like if you do something and it keeps working, my mentor will say, if you do something now and it works. You do another thing and it works. You do another thing and it works. Something is wrong somewhere. Something has to fail because that is not success.
That's my husband's philosophy.
Yes, that's not. It can't just keep working for you. You're not the only human on earth. There has to be a failure that picks you. There has to be a downtime where you cry and you feel like, oh, I'm about to give up. And somewhere from nowhere, the light shines and you're able to move forward and you're able to do it yourself. So I'm not saying that you must fail. No, but it's a necessity. It's part of life. Yes, we have to understand that there are ups and downs. That is what keeps us at balance. It's like pendulum, right? Here is down, here is up. We're just balanced. Anyways, I can ask more questions. I have a lot of questions to ask as regards life coaching, to be honest. But anyways, I'm glad. I have a lot of Gen Zs in the house. So, well, I hope they has this one. Well, anyways, I've come to the end of the show. It's been amazing having you, Tessy, in the house. And thank you so much for going deep. And also, it's not really easy for people citing your family as an example. But I'm happy that you could cite that because you put in so much work into making it work for your family. So thank you so much for citing that.
Thank you. Nice being here on the show.
I like you so much honor. And you're answering the questions like there's nothing you want to throw at me. Bring it on. Anyway, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much.
I hope you enjoyed the show.
Oh, I did.
We did. Okay. I did. We did too. Anyway, thank you everyone for being part of the show. Well, we'll be
and to the men behind the scene with so much hospital. Oh my good God. Thank you so much.
Okay.
You guys are doing amazing.
Alright, so we'll come to the end of the show. We'll see you pretty soon on the Basels, Buzzing and Trending on social media. Don't worry, we'll still be bringing Tessy as that sometime later again so she could give us live coaching experiences and share it with us, and of course we learn from it. Until then, stay tuned. We'll be joining you by 12 p.m.